live.
Let me see if we can find you, but because I'm not so sure where you went. I know that you're seeing me, but I am not seeing you. Oh,
Oh,
no, that's not it.
I'm
Oops.
seeing you.
I know, I know. FaceTime. Yeah, we can go and chat now because me don't say yes to me and the rest of the people must see me. Me just need to find you on my computer.
Oh, you know using. Look for StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
Back in business.
There you go.
Another evening of Caribbean Currents.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be here later than normal, but we're here nonetheless, and people can watch back.
All the time.
Some people say they watch back live, so watch it back. It's not dead; it's live.
Listen, man, me a Rasta man, me can't deal with the watch back business. Watch forward,
Watch forward the thing.
Indeed, indeed.
I don't understand the two ball that are
Oh,
wearing.
oh,
You say take off your hat. Yeah. So here we are. Here we are. Another one. I think you can share your YouTube to
Yeah.
Facebook, Leo, if you get a chance.
All right, let me do that.
Let me
So
see.
we're not on Facebook. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, because we need to add back ourselves
Yeah, no.
when we get a chance. We just haven't had a chance to do the back end, some back end things that we need to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
All
we're
right,
gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that.
all
But
right. I
in the
just.
interim,
Mhm.
um, if you find our live, you can find us on YouTube. Both of us are on YouTube, and we're gonna try to add all the other things soon enough.
Indeed.
Soon
So
enough.
how have you been, lady?
I've been all right. It's been busy, it's summer, so every now and again I get a little hosting and I get a little
Yeah, you've been all over the
heading.
place.
I'm around. I'm around. This year is less busy than last year in terms of my hosting gigs, but I've also been taking the time to check out some concerts because I have the time. So I went to Wu Tang Clan with my friend.
What is that though?
Wu Tang Clan, Wu Tang, the big hip hop rap group.
Oh, that
Uh,
sounds like something Japanese or
yeah,
Chinese.
well, they're very inspired by samurai culture.
Oh,
But it's a long time group, man. They have Method Man. Um, you don't remember that group? Come
no.
on, Leo, man.
Me
You
don't
have
know
to
nothing
know
about
Wu
that.
Tang.
Listen, all right. So we used to watch karate show, right? Karachi show.
Yeah,
And they have a series of Wu Tang karate show. But me
yeah,
always see
man.
that's the word that me know. Me don't know what anything. What Wu
Yeah,
Tang mean.
man. So this is their symbol.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah,
all right,
man.
all right, all right, all right.
Anyway, when you see and hear them, you know them.
Okay,
You've heard them.
all right,
So I
cool.
went to that. Went to Sean Paul. Sean Paul was in concert with Wiz Khalifa.
That's a bounty killer coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can go to that as well,
Mhm.
if I am available. It's $80 pre-sold. These tickets not easy.
No,
But yeah, I'm trying to go to that. What else did I go to? I've been trying to
you
find.
not try.
I'm gonna try
So
to find.
stop put the word try in that. You they all over the place, and that not all look like trying to me.
I go
Okay.
some places. I go.
And
I go some places.
I also saw that Reggae North coming up with their
Yes,
awards
so
for them.
end of September is the Reggae North Awards. And that should be good. I've been asked to be a co-host for that,
Oh,
so
good.
that'll be a good look. Jambana is coming up.
Who's
Um
that Jambana again? That's
Jambana was started by Denise Jones
right. And
from
oh
Jones
my
and
God,
Jones.
and it's yes, I
May
remember
she
seeing
rest in peace. So
good
her
trainer.
sons carried on.
Okay.
So August 4th, I'm gonna be hosting for the first time. I
Oh,
used to be a patron of Jambana, love Jambana as a concept, And
I think I saw top five. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
top five. Okay, okay.
yeah. So Fab Five will be on that. So that should be a good vibe. That's in Brampton,
Mm.
coming up August 4th. So yeah, we're out there. We're outside.
Okay,
We're
so
outside, as the young people say.
no trying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Leo, him talking calm, but he's been busy too. I see,
Eh,
I see you
me
getting
try. I'm here to try one now.
whatever. Big time author. Doing the rounds with the book, but I also saw that you got a special invite from the mayor in
Of Miramar.
of
Yeah,
Miramar,
yeah.
inviting you to celebrate. It was what, Independence celebration? What is it?
It's independence, and they're giving me an award. That's nice.
Oh, so you're going to be getting an award.
Mhm.
So does that mean you won't be spending Independence in Canada with us? You'll be in Miramar.
Uh, I maybe, I maybe.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
sure that I'm going to the banquet
Yeah.
at GCA.
Okay.
So Jamban, I'm not so sure about it, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll cross paths, I'm sure. We'll cross paths somewhere. Not in Florida, because I'm not traveling
Uh,
to the States right now. But
I know it's tough, isn't it? Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
it's
But
so really,
you're
really.
American, so you have to go.
I know. I mean, me afraid. Me
Yeah,
a black,
yeah,
me,
yeah.
me not just American, you know, me a black American,
Black American.
black man in America. So
Yeah,
that makes a big difference to
yeah.
the ice people.
And I think that brings us to the first topic, Leo.
Mm.
The deportations,
Oh,
because they're impacting the Caribbean. They're impacting Caribbean nationals that are in America. In particular, what we've been seeing now is that the president of the United States and his administration has been approaching African nations, because before he was approaching places like
South
was it El
America,
Salvador and
South America, yeah.
so on. So now he's approaching African nations, and the recent one, who by the way is not admitting to it, is they call themselves Eswatini now, but it used to be Swaziland. For those who don't know, Eswatini is Swaziland.
Of all the places in the world, as you expect, Swaziland, where we brag about,
Yeah,
that's kind of sad, but
yeah. So it is one of the few remaining monarchies, full monarchies. The leader has been in power since '86, and Swaziland has apparently been taking deportees
well,
from
isn't
America.
that the same place where the Jamaican is gone?
Yes.
They move a
So the
Jamaican.
article that Leo shared is about a Jamaican that they're referring to as barbaric in their communication. I find this administration uses a lot of hyperboles when they speak. So I don't know that he's barbaric, but apparently he has different charges on him. But Jamaicans have pointed out that he is also somebody who has achieved his bachelor's degree while in prison. So the characterization might be too harsh, they're saying, but in
Well,
any
the one thing that I noted though was that the Minister of Foreign Affairs denied getting a call from the United States to accept him back home.
yes,
It appears that the United States is saying that, okay, we attempted to call you a couple of times to take this man, but you didn't. But then Jamaica is saying, no, we never get any calls or anything or anything.
so here's the thing: when you do business with these people, they will either lie on you or they will blow up your spot.
Right.
So I'm not sure which is which, because this administration is loaded with lies, but they could also be blowing up Jamaica's spot, because they claim that it's not just this country. Like somebody from Lagos is being sent back, somebody from South America is being sent there as well. And they're saying that they reached out to these countries and they refused to take them. So they're going to drop them off in Swaziland, in Eswatini. The challenge here, Leo, I think the challenges are obvious. People being swept up in, not knowing where their destination is, and therefore their family members don't know
Can't have access to them.
where they're headed. And then another complication is the countries that are a part of this new arrangement are not admitting to it.
Yeah.
Right? Because Eswatini was approached and they said they don't have an agreement per se in writing with the US. But the US is saying a whole flight was sent to Eswatini with deportees. This has larger scale implications. So it's one thing to say you're sending barbaric criminals. But what happens if it's the person who simply overstayed a visa? What happens if it's the person who, as we've been witnessing, go to court, they're following the process, they show up at the courthouses in America to follow the process, whether they're supposed to be checking in, whether they're returning for a hearing on their claim, their asylum claim, or they're asking for an appeal. And they are being arrested by ICE in the courthouse.
Barbaric is not a term used in the legal. I don't think that I've heard that term used in a long time. It's a pre 1900 term that.
Yes.
So if a person went to prison, he would know exactly what he went to prison for. He would be charged, and those charges would remain with him as a convict. And so I don't think that it's in his file that says barbarism or barbar.
No.
So that's a made up kind of a gesture to, as you say.
It's a dog whistle.
Yeah.
It's a dog whistle because the premise for these deportations and the premise for these arrests by ICE has been that they're removing criminals from America. I've always been conflicted about this removing criminal stuff. I've always been conflicted about deportations.
I don't have to be conflicted. I think it's wrong. I don't have to be conflicted about it.
I think if the person grew up in your country now and commit the crimes in your country now, are you a person? I think it is stupid to send them to a country they're not from. Worse, send them to a country that their parents may have been from, but they have not even visited.
Yeah, that guy who went to Jamaica from Texas.
And that guy should not be sent to Jamaica because he was born an American.
But so what's happening is that the excessiveness is the premise, in which they are using to inflame Americans who are believing into the work that they're doing.
Yeah,
and so it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is of that character, or it's just that they have to use it to the base has to be convinced that this person is who they say you are declared to be, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for anybody because it's wrong.
Yeah.
No, where is it? I want to ask this question there. We are coming to a place where kids are growing up, and they're growing up in this time where if they don't have a strong family base, they will not know wrong from right.
Yeah.
Because wrong is being promoted as right.
Yeah.
Dishonesty is being promoted as honest.
Yeah.
And it's becoming so blatant that I'm fearing if we go 3 to 4 years, younger kids who are 12 and 14 and 15, by the time they get to 18, they would have seen so much blatant things happening in our country that it becomes almost normal for them, not normal for them, and they think that it's okay to do these things. And then so the things that the things that we grow up knowing to be wrong or immoral, or, it's all mixed up now with immorality and right and honest. You know what I mean? So that's the problem that I'm having right now because I don't know where our future is going to be.
Yeah. So to follow through with that conversation is the idea that nobody seems to be able to stop what is happening. Nobody seems to be able to correct the wrong that keeps happening. And we're seeing more and more of it happening. And as you rightly said, in a couple of years, people will think it's the norm. If it goes unchecked, people think it's the norm. And those of us who, are keen on history and keen on political history and keen on how, societies come to be, we see this as the start of a shift, towards the erosion of democracy in America, and by default, how it will impact the rest of the world, because the rest of the world falling in line, Leo.
Well, as I say, I am not.
The land take them,
The democracy is one thing, but integrity is the other thing. It's the erosion of the morality that we are accustomed to enjoying, and that's a big part of when do we get back to right and wrong, or are we going to get back to right and wrong?
I don't know if we do, because the motivation for many, including multiple nations that are being contracted to do these things, is money.
Indeed. And that's because the countries, those African countries, are accepting money and for this because they think that that will help their economy,
Yes. And I remember when the campaigning was happening and the conversation was that they have millions of people to deport from America. And somebody asked, is this even possible? And I said, not that it's impossible, but it will be costly. Because if you are asking a country to take people that are not from that country, you have to sweeten the pot.
Yeah.
You have to give them incentive to accept these people. Right? That's what the El Salvador guy was happy to accept money.
Yeah.
And he has a brutal prison. His prison is in a documentary. The brutality there. And I'm concerned too, Leo, about the prison that they're making inside America, Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, I see that too.
And it's inhumane.
I don't.
The standards.
I haven't even looked at anything on it because I don't want to see what it looks like.
Yeah. No, it's scary stuff. Your doctorate is in this line on justice and reform and so on. So you will find it very disturbing, to say the least.
It is.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But I am concerned. I'm concerned that Caribbean nations don't yet have a response.
That's why I liked
Mia
Mottley, because she would speak up for the Caribbean, and I don't know how we are going to get the CARICOM together to speak, because it needs a Mia Mottley kind of leadership to bring that together. They're two key pieces of the Caribbean that two countries, Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica, and they are generally leaders in these type of situations. And I'm afraid that we are not going to see as much activity from the CARICOM nations by its leader, because the leader is going into election right now. PM Oldness going into election right now. So I think CARICOM is going to be on the back shelf for now.
Yeah.
Worse, if the election doesn't go his way, then we are going to have a little problem, because then the change is going to have to take effect, and we're going to
Yeah.
have a new government, and the new government have to sit in that seat. So there are going to be a pushback on CARICOM putting in the back seat for a while.
Mhm.
And so I wish they could have made another decision to retain Mayor Matley, so that we can at least go into this type of era, this era with it, because the Caribbean need to come together to determine what will they do if one of those countries is it's approached to host criminals,
Host these
or
criminals,
deportees. I shouldn't say criminals.
deportees, because we can't say all of them are criminals.
Right. So what if Barbados is approached? What if Trinidad is approached?
What is the response?
Then what are we going to do together? And
Yeah.
and if they say no, will the rest of the countries come behind that country and say,
Yeah.
And if they say yes, what's the problem? What are we going to do? That kind of
I
thing. You know what I mean?
guarantee you some will say yes, especially
Yeah.
now it's opportune time. And when I say some, I'm not excluding Jamaica from the some. Jamaica, we take them too. If the price is right.
There would be hell to pay.
Yeah,
I
it would be
really
helpful
think so.
because we don't necessarily have the facility
Well, the people are gonna, and trust me, the people are gonna fight.
to take another message. We can't take another message, as my grandmother would say.
Jamaicans are really mad people. They're mad bad enough. so if our leadership is making a decision like that, they're gonna have to go to the people. I really think so. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope so. I hope so, Leo. I have watched Jamaica and the globe become soft on issues, and become very comfortable with autocracy, and become very comfortable with the erosion of democracy and rights. So I hope you are right, but I don't like where we are.
Nobody's talking about it, and that's dangerous, because if you don't talk about it as one country, the other countries are not going to talk about it. Because they're not talking about it, anything can happen. That means we are all not in it together. We are all independent, and it makes it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. But this is an ongoing story, and we will watch. I think it will come to a pressure point when the numbers are high. Right now, we're seeing one plane here, one plane there. So I think it's the numbers, and to be honest, the administration in America has a challenge, because they have put out an edict that they want 3,000 deported every day or every week, and I don't think they're getting those numbers, because if they're going into the people's courthouse to take out people, it means they don't have the numbers. They don't know where to find these supposed illegals and supposed criminals, and so they're resorting to all manner of evil. Including random profiling and so on of people. So it's interesting. But we're gonna move on.
Yeah, it just makes sense why there's a lot of quiet. It's because fear.
Everybody's afraid.
Everybody's afraid, and they don't want to make the wrong step that's going to affect them later on. They don't know what's coming and all that stuff. So
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens if the numbers escalate. Next thing to discuss is Jamaica continues to have some archaic laws on the book. And one of them is the bad word law, Leo.
All right. So first of all, we start out that it is the law, right?
Yeah.
It is the law. And the law also have conscience.
Yes.
You must also know that too. The reason why the law have conscience is because there's a judge.
Yes.
So with the judge can look at actions and motives and attitudes and all of those things and determine whether they can apply the law in this case and not apply it in this case. So I want everybody to understand that it is the law, but the law has conscience. So take me back now, please.
No, you tell us. You tell us who get in trouble with this law.
Well, about must have been 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Minister Warmington
Yes.
was on stage
Yes.
and used an expletive to encourage, well, to tell people to go out to vote for his party.
Yes.
And the expletive was, it appears, in anger. It was kind of a warning: if you don't do this, this
Yeah,
is
man.
gonna happen. That kind of thing, right?
Badmanism.
Bad manism, right.
Mm.
And then the People's National Party come out against him hard, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, last week,
Marky G.
the
Marky G.
Marky G went out and was having some problems, and it makes sense that, because everybody, say a lot of us Jamaicans, no matter where you are, say we all have our moments where we tear some this and tear some that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think opposition leader Golden said he was having problems with the mic, and then not being able to use it. He used an expletive too, not to the people, not warning the people, not badmanism, but just to himself.
Just an expression.
Saying, an expression.
A frustration.
Yeah, backside man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Some clap.
Yes. Now, my question to you though, are these similar? And put yourself in at the judge table, in at the judge bench, and tell me, what would you do if those two cases come in front of you? They're both on camera, and what would you do? Tell me.
So, by virtue of them being public, they're similar cases. The manner in which they were used are different. However, this is the problem with the archaic law, because the use of the word in the public setting
is illegal.
Right. So now it don't matter. Only the judge, and if the judge is partisan, and if the judge is having a bad day, it won't matter the context. It won't matter the manner in which it was said. And that is my problem with the archaic laws. Similarly, I have a problem with the buggery law. Similarly, I have a problem with, some parliamentary procedures which have a problem with women wearing sleeveless. I have problems with us being stuck in the back on simple things. Because this is a simple quagmire. If somebody issues a threat, that is a different law. Right? If somebody issues a threat, we have a law that can help you with that.
A threat with an expletive.
Or expletive or not. But a threat is something we can address with a law. So when you have this expletive one now, why we have it? Why we have it when you can't really distinguish unless you're dependent on a judge's conscience?
Yes.
Right? To make sense out of nonsense. It's
so do you want this law gone?
Yeah, man. Be gone to that law. So here's the thing. Obviously, people who are parents, people who are educators may have a different take and be like, we don't want Sutherland TV says regular Jamaican. Yeah, man.
So let's make the argument. Let's make the arguments for and against, right? Do you really think that we can be okay? We see Badwood as an extreme way of expressing oneself, one that people can get punched down for, that people can get cut up for, people can get shut up for, right?
But that is assault.
Yes, but what's the trigger? The trigger is a bad word.
If you are simple-minded.
Yeah, right. So the thing is, you go into a classroom situation and you have released the bad word thing, and it's still an expression that is considered derogatory, right? So therefore, a child can tell a teacher both in parts, in expletive parts, and not all the teacher can do both.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's why I brought it up, because obviously there will be persons who feel differently about the law. But here's the thing though, Leo. You have code of conduct in schools, right? So it doesn't have to get to the level of the courthouse to say to the child that what they are doing is inappropriate in your classroom or in your school. So
Yeah,
the law becomes a crutch, if you may, for all of these scenarios.
I think that whomever put the law in place knew our tendencies.
Yeah.
That we have. Jamaicans are very. They are the bad. Yeah, they are the bad set of slaves that come from whichever country they come from. So they're different. They're not mild-mannered people. They're overall, they are really harsh, cussing people all the time, right? And so, it's hard for me to see. Okay, so it was difficult initially for me to see the decriminalization of smoking marijuana in Jamaica.
Yeah.
All right. But no, they decriminalized the use. But what's happening now? People are pushing back on young people who are out there always, right around. And some people are uncomfortable with that. And so you let it loose and you never intend for it to get to the point that in every situation, in an office and everywhere else, man, I squeeze them in hand. A woman I squeeze their hand. And so where do you draw the line? Because
but Leo, without the decriminalization, people were in the corner in my neighborhood. I squeeze it in them hand, I mash them weed. So I don't know that removing the regulation,
it just became much more popular.
You think it
and
became
more open that some people are not comfortable with?
Yeah, but that's some people think no. Let us be real. We sometimes we look at these things from a very old school lens.
Yes.
And in these modern times, we cannot be puritanical. And we cannot fool ourselves either that Jamaica was puritanical. Any country that come from colonization can be a pure.
No. I agree with you with the colonization thing. That could have been something to do with black versus white or slaves that cost back. Understand that. That's
silence and one silence.
Yeah, and I do understand that.
Yes.
Right.
So as I said, just like there are laws governing assault, in certain settings you can have a code of conduct. I understand that the law empowers somebody to arrest and empowers somebody to go to court. I just think it looks rather old school and out of date to be taking that stuff to the law.
I'm not going to accept the old school and out of date argument. I'll accept the argument about the freedom of speech. I'll accept that argument. I'll accept the argument that that it shouldn't be that we are taking someone to prison because they use a word. I'll accept that argument too. But just because it's old doesn't make it outdated. It could be something that's protecting society. If you see anybody talking, let me hear their.
Sutherland TV says, remember, we are lawless people, so they have to put laws in place to keep up.
Okay, yeah, well, that lawless thing has to do with colonialism, though, because we
Yeah,
are,
this is it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like we are still in the trap of policing
yeah.
ourselves, policing poor people.
You're just you're just
Policing.
saying that it's too much of a strong deterrent. The
Yes,
deterrent is too strong.
you
That's what
don't
it is.
need the law.
Mm.
'Cause if you grow up properly, you know right from wrong. I never swear in front of my family members.
Oh, because you know the law is there. No,
Which law?
no, think about it. It's
Which
because you
law?
know
You
the
know, say they will beat me. You understand? And that have nothing to do with the law. You understand? As a kid in Jamaica, because I'm in Canada now, but I grew up in Jamaica, went to high school in Jamaica, went to community college in Jamaica, worked in Jamaica. In all of those facets of my life, I never swear. Never swear.
No, the reason I say that is because you didn't swear
And I didn't
because
even know that the law was still on the book.
right, but your parents knew that the law was on the books,
No.
and they were
No.
instilling that conduct in your home because they knew the law.
My home is not a public space with a mic. My home is a home with some Christian people and some people who make belt. My grandfather was a tailor and make belt.
Well, I'll put it this way. Belt can't use a Jamaica no more. He can't use America. He can't use a Canada. He can't use anymore.
Maybe that's the law we must bring back the corporal.
Bring back the belt. Bring back the belt. Don't.
Bring back the belt. I mean, I disagree with that, but I'm just saying there are other ways to address misconduct and bad behavior than to go to the extent of tying up the courts with bad word cussing. I'm speaking of both scenarios. One scenario was a mild scenario, was a reaction to something not working, while the other one was threatening. I think it is ridiculous, and it reeks of some old suppressing ways to be continuing to rely on that.
I take that argument also. I take the argument that it would tie up court's time for that kind of stuff. I take that. I don't think that these things should be taken to court for a judge to make a decision whether or not they're gonna
I think off the bat you just find everybody, good or bad use, find them. Sutherland TV says, think what our public stage would sound like if the law should allow it. You go some fest and these places.
So well, no.
Them try to get away with it.
The police were out in all their colors saying that at some fest, if any expletives is used, they're going to apply the law.
They are at every stage show in Jamaica, waiting for one bad begetting DJ to run them out. They're waiting. At every stage show, you will see police backstage, waiting for this same law.
They made that announcement though. They made the announcement in the paper.
Yeah, but this same law, them sit down on a backstage and wait for you for breach. It is ridiculous. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. And I hear what Sutherland is saying. Sometimes we humans unfortunately cannot be trusted to self-govern our mouth.
And sometimes sometimes it's not the sentencing or the conviction that where people would go through, but it's the process of getting to court that will deter people. I think that they make courts so backward, so that you have to think about the process of being charged, think of what the process of being booked, think about the process of being taken into jail, and that alone make nobody know cuss nobody out.
Yeah, I get it. Sutherland says your home teaching is unique to you. LOL. I mean, my friend. Karen Rose says hello everyone. Just got here, but better late than never. No, I hear both sides of the argument. I know that had I been a parent, I would probably take a different stance. out of concern for what children's ears will be picking up. But I can tell you that there are so many instances where kids are exposed to these things that you can't protect. You can't protect you can't protect for and control for every instance in which bad word agokos.
But you know though, right? Look, let me tie this in a little bit. I asked you earlier, where is it we're gonna be in America when post Trump, right? I asked you because now we're confusing the kids that are coming up are going to be confusing good from bad. They are good and bad. They're going to be confusing that. They're going to be, and then right and wrong. They're not going to be knowing what is right and what is wrong because everything wrong is in the space right now.
Upside down.
It's upside down. And so what laws like this will do will help to keep us straight.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we're getting out there right now. I am really, really afraid for integrity. I'm afraid for integrity more than I'm fearing about our rights and constitution and our constitutionality. The integrity part is the part that if you lose morality, you lose your appreciation for the next person.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your appreciation for another person's position in life, which means it's all about me, and I will shoot you to protect what I have. So integrity loss, then no longer really exists, really, right? And so maybe it's not the right time to remove the Badwood law right now because boy, we're going in the whole world right now. But I would consider it based on those three arguments. One big one is about not tying up the court. That's a big one.
Yeah. Sutherland TV said Justice of the Peace can try that type of case.
True. That's good.
Yeah. Utilize the other resources. Utilize the other resources. I don't think, because I think some of it is stage show behavior too,
Exactly.
right? When you're going, the opposition leader, you know what I mean? It's all theatrics. Warmington, It's all theatrics. We don't need it. We don't need it in court. We don't need it to be in the newspaper. Say this one costs bad one. Like
actually, the newspaper is to be blamed because they make it bigger than really what it is.
Yeah, we don't need all of that. To be honest, we don't need all of that. But anyway,
with things like corruption, corruptive behavior, I want to hear it. When people lie and tell all kinds of stuff
and I hide money.
I want to know.
I want to hear about.
Yes.
I want to hear about.
What a bad one. Right, what a bad one.
Bad one. Bad one not bad me. What bad me are the theft. What bad me are the lies.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Sutherland TV said Jamaica must have fear of punishment to keep us on track. We fall off early. I understand, Sutherland. I understand, so we need the law. I understand, so it keep us on track. I just don't think it keep who you think on track. I just don't think it keep who you think on track. But anyway, hearty conversation about bad word. Gonna move along. Leo, this one is for you.
Lord of mercy.
This one is for you. But
don't bring no Vibes Cartel.
It may bring. Watch me now. It may bring.
Thank you, Jamaica. It's a pleasure. Big up to the World Down Sound Team, Reggae Sumfest. Big up to the Queen Spice, aka my work wife.
That is it.
And big up most of all, Father God, I make all things possible. God is the greatest. People are only do it. I only listen Cartel. I only say Adi the teacher from Black Cartel. Bleach out face Cartel. Cartel in a prison. Cartel a road. And Cartel now the writer say in front of now. I want to do it. Enough respect and enough love to now. How my sound, Spice?
One king.
What you mean?
Any other king I must Burger King.
Mommy! And I'm going to say this. Because I can be the bigger man. And we have to say, big up to Beenie Man, the former king. But no. But big up to all of the legend that set it. Bounty Killer. If I never you move to stand up on the stage, you know, because you believe in me.
One general.
So big up Bounty Killer. Big up Buju Banton and Ninja Man are my two biggest inspiration in the music. And then me hear and say, I want to do this. So all of the Gaza fans them and the Cartel fans, Buju and Ninja me hear as a little youth. And I said, no man, this I want to do. And see me there now. So big up on yourself. I'm here for the rest on the crowd now, because I dance on my rep for. Give me a reading there.
Ready
Hold this
again.
there. Not you, Teddy. You need a spice?
Ready again.
How am I daily? Nothing. Yeah, bust a dance.
Bust a dance. You ready, General? Give them the dance. Give them the dance. Bust a dance. Give them the dance, come on.
Then jump, no man.
Jump.
Willy bump, yeah.
Jump.
Every bad man and every dog, yeah.
Your big friend is now
King.
crowned
It's foolishness.
the king of the dance hall
Foolishness.
by Reggae Sumfest.
Yes, by reggae. No,
People.
by reggae Sumfest.
By Reggae
That's
Sumfest.
foolishness.
Who happen to be the same people who book him for Freedom Speech. Before we go into it, Sutherland said, this is a great conversation. We need much more of this type of conversation on the public platform. Back in the days, I paid $16 for a 4 bad one.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
So if you're just joining us, we just played the clip, one of the parts of the whole thing. It was a big production, you know, Leo. Big production.
I know. I saw it.
Vibes Cartel has been crowned
King.
the king of the dance hall.
As I saw it, I quickly wrote an article.
You don't want to read your article. What did you say, Lilo? Tell us what you
I will
said.
send it to you as soon. Listen. We have a king of pop.
Yes.
Who's the king of pop?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Will that ever change? That change that backside.
That can't change.
That can't change. We have a king of reggae music.
Yes. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. That can't change, right?
Can't change.
We have a crown prince of reggae music.
Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown. That can't change.
Yes.
How is it that we get a king every day? That don't make any sense to me.
No. So here's the thing. Remember, dancehall is reggae's unruly child, you know. And the people them always a fight over their position. So the people them have to fight for the crown. Let them fight for the crown.
There's one dancehall king in name Uri.
Who? Uri? I
Yes.
thought you would say King Yellow Man.
Well, I could have said King Yellowman.
Yeah.
Because but Uri predates Yellowman, but Yellowman is the first one to crown himself king in the 70s.
And
Uri didn't
arguably,
crown himself king. Huh?
but arguably them say a Beenie Man crown himself that we never crown him.
That's the point. If you noted, I did not go to the King Uri or King Yellowman. I didn't go there. I went there in the article, however. Right? We could have done King Yellowman. We could have done King what's name again? Shabba. We could do Shabba. King Beenie Man. We could do all of those. But that's how kingdom run, right? You have one king, and that's it.
I mean, dancehall, I think, is different. And I think with each decade, at the very least, well, at the pace that dancehall is moving, with every 5 years, I expect that they will want a new king. Because that subgenre of reggae is a problem child. You understand? Sutherland said Vibes Cartel became the king of dancehall is very sad to our culture.
I don't have a problem with him being crowned king if the people accepted him as the king first before he was crowned by some fest. Okay, you pay him to come crown him, right? I have a problem with that. And so
but I think nobody else would, to be honest, Leo.
Sometimes it's
Who
best that
else
it just
would
stays
do
out
it
there.
but Jordan?
With that kind of stuff, you just make it stay there, and you just make it stay there. It's good for the music. Yeah.
to be honest, looking at the presentation, it looked very
Yeah,
um
salty.
it looked very
I
I
got
don't know, make. It looked make. Like yeah, all vibes were saying, "Oh, which crown me for wear?" So when me see it, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I saw we do it. I don't know. I'm not privy to many crownings, but I don't know if I saw. I don't know if I saw it for handle it. You know what I mean?
How did Beanie Man take it? Let me ask you that. How Beanie Man take it?
So far, Beanie, the funny thing is, so I don't know if you know about DJ AG online. DJ AG from England is in Jamaica right now. And Beanie Man performed at one of his setups because he's this DJ in the UK. I don't know if you've been seeing him on the street in the UK and
I
everybody
see him,
comes
I
to him and
know.
perform. So he's in Jamaica doing it. So Beanie Man performed. And when Beanie Man was singing the song, "Here Comes the King of the Dancehall," he left out "King of the Dancehall."
Wednesday.
It just blanket. So everybody is saying that is a sign
Yes, it is indeed. He
that
should.
he's accepting of being dethroned.
Yes. So he's accepting it.
Yeah. Sutherland TV says, "Who is Sumfest to name the king? Minister of Culture should make that decision."
Okay, so the article that I wrote says that there should be an authority that crowns kings, and the authority shouldn't make an appointment, but should do a broad survey of the populace and crown a king. Give them 2 or 3 people and crown a king every 5 years or every 3 years. You know, that kind of thing.
I think this stuff only matters to the people and doesn't matter to the government.
I wonder how many people in the audience loved him being the king. Or is it that one?
No, that audience came for Vibes Cartel, and that was dancehall night. That was Vibes night. Even though there was a big mess in the crowd. I don't know if you saw that.
What was that? What was that?
A melee in the crowd.
What was it? Because I'm see everybody run. And
Yeah,
one man
everybody run.
one man turn up right in the big and he no move. He no look like he see in get it at all.
Smartest man in the world. I tell people all the time, we don't know how to handle.
We don't know where to go.
We don't know how to handle crowd, right? Because you're running, you don't know where it come from and where to go.
Indeed.
Everybody
running that direction.
Yeah. Sumfest crown Beanie Man, says Sutherland TV.
Oh, is that right?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
I just remember Beanie Man. I call himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm here.
I don't remember that. But I was too young to attend Sumfest in those days.
Oh, shut up.
But so here's the thing though. In talking about king of a dancehall, in talking about king of a genre, what is the criteria?
Just noise.
For king?
Just noise.
Because arguably, this is Vibes Cartel's year. The last 2 years will go down as Vibes Cartel's years. And I'm talking about success. I'm talking about re-imaging and rebranding coming out of prison. I'm talking about global, like he is now, because he's now able to travel, he is able to, multiply his effect globally. Everybody I call him name. Everybody in reference to dancehall is going to say Vibes Cartel right now, whether or not we like it. He definitely is setting the trend. So I can understand why people would not question it. Because for all intents and superficial purposes, him look like a king. Him look like the king of the genre. Sutherland TV say Yellowman named himself king. He was not crowned. We agree. We agree that Yellowman named himself.
Yeah, but there's a set of music stalwarts out there who will not leave Uri out, and they name Uri the king, and that's it for them.
Yeah. So I remember, I don't know if you watched Irish and Chin. Irish and Chin did a sound clash where they had crowned Uri.
He is the king.
Yeah. So,
He is the king.
and to me, Leo, I actually respect it happening in those scenarios where is a dancehall sound clash.
Because it is dancehall. Not band.
The fraternity is there. You
Not band
understand?
sound. Yeah, not a band sound.
I actually respect those kind of accolades given to people than this staged thing that happened at some place.
No, but if you think about it, you know, there were other guys before you, Roy, who were toasting.
Yeah, man.
King Stitch and Alan Rose guys, right? But they did not make the impact that Uri made.
Yeah.
Uri recorded and they became number one hits. They're like 5 of them. Right?
Yeah. So and Uroy, I would say Uroy is at the crossing of a genre.
Of a genre. He right.
Because he came out as a toaster. So that's where him come from, the toasting, riding the rhythm and so on.
Riding the rhythm.
And that became dancehall DJ.
That became dancehall. That became dancehall.
DJ.
That's where I-Roy and
premier. He was premier in that.
Lone Ranger and Big Youth and
but as I
all
said,
of those guys.
The genre too unstable to maintain the same king. That's their problem. Them too unstable. Because I watched clips of Sumfest and people telling me that Skeng had the best performance on Dancehall Night. And I stress out because I said this brother on a hill. You know what I mean? So I'm deciding that maybe I'm too old for dancehall. Maybe I am too old for dancehall. So maybe I should step away.
Well, there was a time when I stepped away from dancehall for about 4 years, right? When you come back, I couldn't understand a thing with them. I couldn't understand nothing. Yeah. And so I promised myself never to move away again because it was so hard for me to get back in there. And it was the 90s. I stepped away between 1990 and like 1994. And when I come back in 95, I may hear the kind of sizzler. Who's sizzler? Who is Ghost? I mean, I said, and it's like it was a brand new kind of era for me, yeah. And so it took me a time to keep going back and back until I start understanding what they're saying because me never understand a thing what them I say. Me never understand nothing what them I say.
Yeah.
And then I started, I'm my favorite genre, right? 90s, like my favorite genre. But you can't say it too old because then you're going to move yourself out of something that is constantly transitioning.
No, it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we can pay attention to this crowning king stuff.
Yes.
Sutherland is clarifying that Beenie Man was the first person Sumfest crowned, and then Vybz Kartel is the second. Okay, good for them.
Thank you for that information. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think we can get caught up because of the nature of the genre.
Yeah, it's constantly changing. And
the genre keeps evolving. Like they have something now called trap dancehall, right? And all the other iterations of dancehall. And so at any given point, who knows they might crown Skeng,
But the one thing that's common, however, about the music is that I feel good when I go to different places in America. I see one car drive down the road and there's a Chinaman or is a Japanese or South American or African person in the car when I know never been to Jamaica and them a play not our dancehall, them a play for them music with a dancehall thing on it. So and it make me rock. So it makes the constant thing for me is how proud I am when I walk and I hear the different, once upon a time, Chinese music, it was a ching, 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 ching. I mean, I never understand what I'm saying, right? But now, if you hear Chinese music, it have a reggae and a dancehall beat to it, and it sounds good. Indian. I mean, not Indian from India, we call South, what we call them? South Asian.
Southeast Asia.
They took our music and for them music sound like a foreign music. Pretty much, and so that's the effect, and we can't.
Yeah, we definitely We definitely have the effect, but that's the point. The monetizing is my issue.
Monetizing part.
So you see all this caught up, what people get caught up with Dancehall King.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Waste of time because it's not being monetized.
It's only one person I get rich.
Yeah.
It no make no sense. So yeah, I hear the influence rapidly. Afrobeat, as much as they act like they don't want to give us credit. Reggae is a part of Afrobeat. You know,
even soca. Look, listen to this.
Yeah, man, soca
for
sure.
Soca gone.
Soca for sure. Soca for sure. Soca hanging on by a thread. See if them can still be a genre.
Soca hanging on by a thread to write it.
If they can still be an identifiable genre.
They better play because all pan music. I went to the Clarendon College the other day. And I saw a pan man. You remember his name?
Django.
Yes, that's him, Django. Let me tell you something. I had so much fun with Django. And a reggae music in tech pan music, man.
Yeah,
right?
and Django is Guyanese.
Oh, is he? I thought he was Jamaican. He was acting like a Jamaican. That's not what Guyanese do. Guyanese don't do that kind of stuff.
Pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's Guyanese.
Oh my God. Oh, I thought he was Jamaican.
Yeah. So the culture is massive, the culture is influential, but the culture not making no money off of the culture.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? It's individual success stories alone we have. There's no loop back. There's no loop back into the island. There's no loop back into
There's none because we don't know how to
into even protecting the genre. Because I'm not a big fan of people performing it that are not indigenous to that culture. I have a big challenge with that. Some people say, oh, it's a compliment. No, not especially not when they might make more money than the people who originated. So it's interesting. I think in 5 years from now, Vybz Kartel will lose that crown.
It's still the dancehall effect. It's still the most dominant effect in any kind of music through the world today. For sure.
And it's undeniable. Every single artist have a reggae song. Every big artist, Beyonce, Ed Sheeran, all of them have a reggae or dancehall song. So my only concern is because of the fleeting, malleable nature of dancehall, I just don't want the wrong person to be crowned one day. And by wrong,
whether it's a foreigner.
Yes.
Because you know how pissed I was one time. I may have been in Jamaica, right? Or New York, wherever I was. I heard that a guy from Canada named Snow got the Grammy over the Jamaican them. And I was pissed as hell. That was the first time reggae broke out into a different culture getting a Grammy other than Jamaicans. And I was mad. I was mad as hell, right? But it is an indication that there has to be a way in which we hold on to something.
Yeah.
Or else the next king is going to be from South Asia.
When it comes to music, Leo, especially, I don't know what is wrong with me, but I'm a big proponent of gatekeeping.
It is.
When it comes to that IP, I am a big proponent of protecting it because I have seen too often our stalwarts, our veterans died broke.
The problem, though, is that how you protect a malleable art form.
Yeah, it's hard as hell, especially with dancehall because they already say we are trapped dancehall. They already swing the pendulum over here.
Because somebody else can just take it. Because we do that. Look, listen. We take American music.
Yeah, man.
And make it into reggae, right? And it's better than the darn American music all day long.
Then they must. You know how much people don't know that Sanchez have no real original songs.
Hold on.
Sanchez must have 5 original songs.
Hold on. There was Shaggy. There's a video with Shaggy who went up to a singer from England
Yeah.
very recently and had him on camera, let him listen to the Jamaican music,
Yeah.
his music
Yeah, I
that
saw
was
that
done in
video.
America. And the guy never recognized it and said, I know the words, but I don't
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it was
I don't remember who it
it was
was.
a guy from the Rolling Stones, I think.
Rolling Stones or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy said, "Oh, it sounds very good."
Yes, man.
Oh my God.
Never know.
Never.
And Jamaican artists are the luckiest sons of guns.
They cannot get sued.
Them not get sued yet. Because we not to mention, you mentioned Ghost earlier. Ghost.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ghost make
I
billions.
don't know what anything. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
Mr. Sexy.
Lonely won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Everybody swear theme song, you know.
I know. I was playing a song today. It's a Freddie McGregor song, right? It was very popular in the 90s, and I can't remember the name. So I was playing it with Adoma today.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, you know this song? She says, no. And I said, listen to the words. And then she said, oh, yeah, I know that song. And I had to tell her it's Freddie McGregor who sing a song.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I said, this is from the 50s.
Yeah. Was that the Papa?
It wasn't the Loving Papa. It was another one. It's a popular one, man. That's, I don't remember the name of it. But the song was made in the 50s and Freddie McGregor. But you have to understand, Freddie's singing from back in those days.
A long time Freddie has singing.
Okay. Freddie, you remember the name of the song? Okay, but Freddie joined Studio One from 1963 as a 7-year-old.
I was born a winner.
I was born a winner. That is exactly. Thank you so much.
I was born a
loser. It was started out that I was a loser.
Yes.
I was born a loser.
I remember the time.
Yep.
It's in the car.
Yeah,
so them sung there. So, but to be fair, the story of reggae cannot be told without those songs. Because Bob Marley, when he was traveling in the US, when he lived in the US, lived and worked in the US, was able to bring back records. I think they said, was it Joe Higgs and those kind of guys, when they come back, they bring back records, Motown records, whoever records, and then they started. Even Bob and Bonnie them have a whole soul album, you know.
I know that one.
Before reggae. So that the story of the transition of the music, changing the beat, doing the downbeat, and we can't tell that story.
Story can't be told without that influence.
The influence of the 1950s, 1960s music.
Indeed.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll see who will be the next king.
Well, so the good thing,
I was rooting for Massacre, and then I never like him performance at some fest. Don't hurt me, Massacre. Don't hurt me. I know you think about whites. No self like rock off the stove. But I didn't appreciate his performance. And in course of some fest.
He did? I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, man. Because they might have said now come back. Sutherland said the wrong person crowned already. Remember, he's a white man controlling Sumfest, our biggest musical stage show. Yep.
Is it? Our white man won it?
Joe Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich. Oh my God, yes, true. Oh, sold out.
Joe, then we don't own much in the live. We don't own much. Gone are the days when we had reggae Sunsplash, you know? Gone are the days. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see who shall dethrone him. As I said, I was rooting for Massacre to come up and make an impact. He can still do it, but his performance at Sumfest was kind of weak. Valiant, people like Valiant, people like Alkaline, and people like Skeng. So it's a range. It's such a range
It is. It is.
Cause
It
Skeng
is.
in a one another world, you know. Did you see Skeng?
No, I didn't. I didn't see his
Please
performance.
go look up Skeng at Sting 2020 at Sumfest 2025. Please, I beg. Skeng come out dressed like the Joker from Batman.
Oh my God.
Green hair
Oh my God.
and a cane and the makeup, and Skeng admits to drug use, right? So I'm not talking tales out of school. Skeng admits to popping Molly and all kind of stuff. So his performance for me is always an exhibition of his proclivities. Sutherland TV said, a white man making the money and don't care about the cultural impact and effect. Yeah. Well, that is the thing. That is the thing. And that is the thing across the globe with music. Right now, the big guys are controlling the music. You and I can't hold a stage show, Leo.
That's you see, we put as Jamaicans, we used to put more heart into the art over making money, even though making money was supposed to be primary.
It's a part of it.
But we put a lot more effort into the more heart into that art.
Yeah.
And so because our makeup is struggle.
Yeah.
And we're using struggle to create music. It's hard to translate the struggle into money because we are always fighting the bigger bosses. And so taking this struggle and making money is not synonymous with making money at all. You know what I mean? It is struggle, so it stays a struggle, whether in whatever form. Now we're seeing where COVID has propelled Jamaican music on a broader scale than it was before. Because when even Beenie Man and those guys, when they come, they would sing to 3,000, 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Before
now they're getting arena size bookings.
No, they're getting arenas and packing arenas. And that makes such a big difference because now the music has transcended by itself, not by the musicians. It's by COVID and by itself. It has transcended that border.
Yeah.
And now anyone who comes can come with the hope of being on a big stage.
Yeah, not everybody will be able to fill those stages though.
I know that.
But what it also will do for the genres that they are representing, because Grammy gave another white band 2 years ago.
Oh,
the Grammy, right?
Who was that again?
I still remember their name. They're very, very.
Oh yes, the band.
Very popular in the US. They have been doing arenas and big stage shows for years. So it wasn't a surprise to American audiences that they won that Grammy because they play to 10,000 people on a regular. But to Jamaicans, the holders of the Mecca of the music, we shock and awe and say, where them people come from, blah, 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 blah. But they've been around and they've put Jamaicans on their stages. They've put Jamaican acts on their stages. But what happens now? Because I think Buju fly the gate post-COVID. Buju fly the gate.
Yes, he did.
And what happens now is that when you are able to be ranked as an artist, because you get a ranking when you do multiple arena size audiences. So when multiple of them can get arena size audiences, they get to go into that ranking, which means they are.
And then it opened the door for other people.
Open the door for visibility, for awards, for acknowledgement. Buju was one of the only other outside acts on Essence this year.
But but it's a thing that I interviewed Shaggy in 2018.
Yeah.
And he's always maintained that we are not doing reggae as a business, but only as an art.
Yeah.
and he did a wonderful job of keeping the art
Yeah.
and making the business out of reggae music.
Yeah.
Because he's been packing state.
Yeah, but the key there too for
Mm.
Shaggy, because everybody needs in economics we call it a multiplier effect. Everybody needs a multiplier, and for Shaggy it was Sting.
Sting, well, yeah.
Shaggy and Sean Paul have always been among our top performers in the globe in terms of numbers. Like I just saw Sean Paul the other day at a 12,000 seater stadium. They have been doing those numbers for
For
years.
a long time.
Yes, so Buju come post COVID, but they were before COVID. But even Shaggy will admit that his level went through the roof when he connected with
Sting. And you know, Shabba in the 80s and early 90s was doing the same thing. But got blown up by whatever his issue was.
Yeah.
You know, but he was larger than life. When he came to California, he had a stadium. He came there with a one of those guys in, I forgot the name of the guy, but he came and he blew up Southern California. He blew the guy off stage, and it's like a week later he died. His whole career died.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so, but Shabba was stroke of luck because he crossed over.
Yeah,
but he didn't cross over with a Sting.
Yeah, he didn't, and it didn't last. The crossover didn't last.
It didn't last is because he got into trouble. He didn't have that business sense.
Yeah.
To move away from what is accustomed to in Jamaica.
If he had social media, like we have now, it could have saved
him. Social media would have helped him.
It could have saved him. It could have
saved him. But he didn't have that. He was still depending on the guys, the ticketing agents and so forth.
Yeah. But people still rate him. He's still seen as an elder statesman among the dancehall fraternity. People respect Shabba. You know, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go.
Excellent conversation on the music. I'd love to engage you more on that next time.
Yeah, man. We should do a whole music feature.
That would be nice. That would be nice. I wish you could have play music on and talk about it. And
yeah, they might go shut it down.
Shut it down. You know.
Yeah, we'd have to do it on like Twitch or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When we get that going.
Yeah, we'd have to do Twitch or something like that. But anyway, I think we should wrap here.
All right. Thank you, lady.
Another Caribbean current for you. Hopefully we'll see you next week and maybe at our regular time. We'll see how that goes. You know, we're busy people and it's summer, you know.
In Canada, it's summer, right?
Yes. So we'll see. But take care, everyone. Have a good night and thanks for participating. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.